What is up, guys? The Great Wall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another Trade Everyone challenge. Today it's going to be the Toronto Blue Jays. They were just in the World Series, so they've got a lot of good players that I'm going to be able to trade away. The only bad thing is I get a lot of my players from them, so yeah. But without further ado, we're going to just start making some trades. I think we should honestly be able to build an insane team here, so yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Yariel Rodriguez and Kevin Gausman for Yoshinobu Yamamoto as our first player that we are adding. I'm going to try to steal like 3 or 4 players from this Dodgers team. I don't know how successful I'm going to be with that, but we're going to at least try it. We're going to trade Ty France and Alejandro Kirk for Will Smith. Like I said, we're going to steal as many players as we can. Alright, we're going to trade Shane Bieber and Louis Varland to the Guardians for Cade Smith, Emmanuel Clase. I'm not keeping both of these guys. I might keep Clase. Cade Smith is going to get traded for an elite pitcher, so yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Cade Smith for Tarek Skubal. I mean, I feel like I have to do it. He's a beast. He's like basically the GOAT, so yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Chris Bassett, Yimi Garcia, and Emmanuel Clase for Paul Skeens. This is already a lethal 1-2-3 punch. Like, I mean, come on. It can't get much better than this, but I'm still going to try. So, yeah. We're going to send Easton Lucas and Eric Lauer over to the Astros for Josh Hader, who I'm then going to try to turn into an elite starter. So, yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Eloy Jimenez, Josh Hader, and Nick Sandlin for Brian Wu. I mean, come on. Like, you can't make this rotation better, and I'm still doing it, so, yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Joe Manaply and Ricky Tiedemann for Roki Sasaki. I'm not keeping him. I'm going to turn him into an amazing pitcher. So, yeah. We're going to trade Rene Pinto and Sir Anthony Dominguez for Mason Miller. He's going to be part of another bigger trade, so, yeah. We're going to trade Brendan Little for Randy Rodriguez straight up. And then I think we're going to have enough trade value to get the one guy that I actually want to get. So, yeah. Alright, you can call this cheating. But I really want to try to get this player, and I don't know if it's possible. So, Jeff Hoffman for Cade Smith. I turned him back to a reliever. Going to turn him back into a starter. I know, you can crucify me in the comments, but I really want to try to make this trade happen, and I feel like this is the only way. So, yeah. Alright, I know this is going to sound crazy, but you got to hear me out, and we're going to try something else. Skeens, Cade Smith, and Mason Miller for Shohei Ohtani, and then I'm going to go get Skeens back. That's the goal. So, we're going to make this deal, and then pray that I can get Skeens back somehow, some way. So, yeah. Alright, and we do manage to figure out a way. Lazaro Estrada, Randy Rodriguez, and Roki Sasaki for these 2 randoms because they had too many players. And Paul Skeens is back. So, our rotation is going to be Wu, Skubal, Yamamoto, Ohtani, and Skeens. Tell me this isn't the best rotation in the game. I don't have words. Skeens, welcome back. We're going to win 700 games. Alright, we're going to trade Dylan Tate and Trey for Andres Munoz, Gabe Spear, and Matt Brash. Yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Braden Fisher for Phil Maton straight up. Alright, we're going to trade Mason Fluharty, Max Scherzer, and Tommy Nance for Edwin Diaz. Yeah. We're going to trade Arjun Nimala, and Ryan Baraki for Yohan Duran. I think we need like 2 more relief pitchers, and then we're good. Alright, we're going to trade Eliza Hernandez and Jose Berrios for Dennis Santana. I think I'm actually going to let him be the closer. I don't know yet, though. We'll figure it out. We're going to trade Leo Jimenez and Ryan Burr for Abner Uribe. That's the last relief pitcher we need. Now we just need to get some hitters. Alright, we're going to trade Connor Larkin, Vladdy Jr., and Bo Bichette for Lindor and Pete Alonso. We're basically doing a superstar swap, and I'm hoping that this does well for us. So, yeah. Alright, we're going to trade Irv Carter and Jake Bloss for Chase Burns. I'm going to turn him into a starter. I think I can get a superstar, so we're gonna find out. Alright, we're going to trade Buddy Kennedy Anthony Santander, and Chase Burns for Yordan Alvarez. Um, Yordan's going to get moved to first base, and I guess the two of them can fight out for first. I wanted Yordan originally, but then I couldn't get him, so I got Pete Alonso. But then, yeah. So Yordan, welcome to the team. One of them will DH, one of them will play first. So yeah, we're gonna trade Adam Macko, Ernie Clement, and JoJo Parker for Bryce Terang. I really want to win 130 games, so yeah, Bryce Terang, welcome. We're gonna trade Josh Kasevich, Cutter Coffee, and Addison Barger for Junior Caminero. Yeah. We're gonna trade Davis Schneider for Miguel Andujar straight up. We're gonna trade Dalton Varsho for Byron Buxton. This team needs to win 140 games. I don't know like what else to do. We're gonna trade Tyler Heineman, Brandon Valenzuela, and Bowden Francis for Griffin Jackson. I'm gonna turn him into a starter and try to get my last starting positional player using him. So yeah. All right, we're gonna trade Angel Bastardo, Justin Brule, and Alex Manoah for David Bednar. I really want to make a splash, so yeah. All right, we're gonna trade Robert Brooks, IKF, and Miles Straw for Stuart Fairchild and Chandler Simpson. I just need to dump a little bit of money to try to make this move work. So yeah. All right, this wasn't the player I was originally trying to get, but we're gonna get Aaron Judge. We're gonna give up Andres Jimenez, George Springer, and David Bednar to get him. So yeah, we're gonna have Aaron Judge on this team. I expect 140 wins. Honestly, this team is just nuts. I might look to get a better left fielder at this point. So yeah. All right, we're gonna trade Joey Loper-Fido, Paxton Schultz, and Chad Dallas for Adrian Morhone, who I'm gonna turn into a starter, and then I'm going to try to trade for our left fielder. All right, we're gonna trade Michael Stefanik, Adrian Morhone, and Griffin Jacks for Ronald Acuna Jr., who's going to be staying in right field, and then I'll just slide Judge over to left, which means I'm probably... Actually, no, I just need to get a backup catcher, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to trade Jonathan Clase and Nathan Lukes for Sean Murphy to be our backup catcher. We're winning 170 games. I don't know how it's going to be possible, but we're going to do it, so yeah. All right, we're at the Home Run Derby. We're actually really disappointing. Judge, okay, so what happened is I forgot I had Shohei Ohtani, and I didn't actually need a DH, so I moved Yordan back to left field. I moved Acuna to third base and Judge back to right. So now Junior doesn't start, but, you know, having an 89 off the bench with max power is, you know, something to not be mad about. So, yeah. As you're about to see, the team is actually a little bit underwhelming. I say underwhelming. We have 68 wins. I feel like we should have been at like 75, almost 80 at this point with how good our team is. But it is what it is. We only have 2 starters. Shohei is here, obviously. Edwin Diaz is our closer. Not doing bad at all. Bryce Terang is here. No Acuna, which is insane. Lindor's here hitting 292, good. Yordan is here hitting 342, but Wyatt Langford with this 352. Wyatt Langford was another option that I was thinking about, but I decided not to. And then Aaron Judge and right, Mike Trout, another option I was thinking about. But the team is doing good enough. We'll make it to the playoffs and probably win with ease. But I really wanted to break the wins record, so let's see if we can still do that. Wow, we went on an incredible run, and we won 121 games. We won, let's take a count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We won 16 games in a row to finish off the season. In a month where we only lost 3 total games. That is actually what I want to see. Our team get hot towards the end. Skeens had a .85 win percentage, which is insane. Edwin Diaz had 52 saves, and Ohtani had a sub-1 whip. I completely skipped over the other thing. Ohtani MVP, yeah. Lindor with a 7.3, Acuna with a 6.9 at third base, Judge with a 6.6, Buxton with a 6, Terang with a 5.8. Will Smith with a 4.4. Jordan with a 3.6. Anyone else? Pete Alonso with a 2.4 playing first base. 262, 33 home runs. Does enough for me. Pitching war. Yamamoto with a 4.6. Did Garrett Crochet win the Cy Young? No. Oh, okay. Otani with a 4.4. Scoobs with a 4.4. Won the Cy Young with a 17-4 record. Skeens with a 3.4. Woo with a 3. I think that was all we had, right? Edwin Diaz with a 1.8. Phil Maton with a 1.7. I mean, this has to be like the highest award for a team in a season ever. We led the league in batting average, led the league in runs by 121, led the league in hits, doubles, not triples. We don't really have too many fast guys on this team, so I'm not like surprised. Are we in dead last? Where were we? Hold on. Oh, we're in 7th, tied for 7th. Not bad. Home runs, we led by a good 70, give or take. Most RBIs, most stolen bases. Don't know how we did that. Most walks by a lot. Highest slugging percentage by a lot. Highest on base by a good amount. Most total bases by a lot. Most putouts, which I guess is kind of cool. Fielding percentage. Our fielding percentage, I mean, we were in 9th. I thought we'd be a lot worse. That's fine. ERA, we led by only .05. And the Tigers were in 2nd. I mean, I guess we didn't really have like an elite 2 ERA guy, which is okay. Saves, we were tied for 4th. I mean, we probably had a lot of blowouts, so, I mean, kind of tough to get a save when you're up by 8 every game. Yeah, the team is elite, though. We had the least amount of runs allowed. I mean, this is probably the best team you are ever going to see. I wish they had, like, a war thing. That would have been cool. But, let me see. Can I just figure out the war from here? Like, I wish it showed me, like, a total war to see how much this team was worth. Because, I mean, like, look at how many players. Our worst player was a 0. Like, that's insane. What about position players? Or pitchers, I mean. I mean, like, look at these war numbers. We didn't have a single negative war player on this team. Like, that's how good this team is. Our entire starting rotation above a 3. 3 of them above a 4. Like, this team is nuts. This is the best team you're ever going to see. Technically not speaking, technically no. But probably assembled by me. So, unless we get to the Dodgers and I can make something crazier. Cy Young goes to Scoobs. Hank Aaron goes to Otani. MVP goes to Otani. We had all 3 guys here. I mean, elite. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just get to the playoffs. We're going to just probably destroy everyone. So, yeah. All right. We are taking on the Athletics in the first round. Yamamoto versus Severino. Is a loss. Skubal versus Morales. Is a W. Otani versus Lopez. Is a W. Skeens versus Severino. There we go. That's how it should have been. I'm going to go fix the rotation, then we're going to take on the Tigers. Okay, for reference, Yamamoto didn't even get an out in that first game, so big redemption time for him. Yamamoto versus Jeff Hoffman. Is a W. Scoobs versus Flaherty. Is a W. Otani versus Mize. Is a loss. Skeens versus Olsen. Is a W. Woo versus Flaherty. Is a W. We are taking on the Phillies. We're going to make sure our team looks good, and then we're going to hop into the World Series. Alright, we are taking on the Phillies. Yamamoto versus Wheeler. Is a W. Scoobs versus Sanchez. Is a loss. Otani versus Luzardo. Is a W. Skeens versus Wheeler. Is a W. This team is nuts. I think we have more 90s than we have 80s and 70s, so that should say all it needs to say. Realistically, I mean, none of these players are originally from this team. We traded everyone, so yeah, let's go win ourselves a World Series, nice and easy. All right, we are on the road for this game. Woo on the bump. We're gonna just let it rock. Lineup is nuts. I mean, they got Xavier Edwards. Okay.
Ball 4, take your base.
Woo's gonna give up the first run. which lets us get a run the next inning. Come on. I want to see 15 runs from us. We're probably going to have to hop in at some point because our offense isn't going to get anything going because that's just how this game works. Xavier Edwards have a day, 2 for 3. We put up 2, though. All right, well, way to be. We put up another one. All right. We are going to bring in Edwin Diaz. He's going to give up a single, 2 singles, a fly out, and I'm going to hop in. Just because, not because he can blow the game, but because he can give up a double play, and then I don't get to see the team celebrating. So, yeah. Edwin Diaz, finish this off. You just signed with the Dodgers. I think it's crazy that the Dodgers managed to get Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker this offseason. Insane work. Let's see if Edwin Diaz can just finish this off nice and easy here. Real Muto is good against Diaz, as you can see by the stat they just pulled up. That's not going to matter here. Oh, good miss. It's a great eye, though. Nope.
That's too high.
All right, Diaz, let's finish it off here. K him up. There we go. All right. One more. Just need one more. And it's going to be Nick Castellanos. I don't think anyone died, so we should be good.
0-1's the count.
Edwin Diaz. Oh, man. We have him all over the place.
0-2's the count.
And we are your World Series champions. We get it done. I mean, it shouldn't have been a surprise to anyone. We won 121 games for a reason. Yordan Alvarez with 2 home runs. Buxton did a job. Judge did a job. Acuna did a job. I mean, the team did a job. Edwin Diaz, only 4 saves this postseason. I think it's because we blew so many teams out. He didn't get to come in. Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have too many save opportunities in this one. So, who wins our awards? Lindor World Series MVP and Ohtani Playoff MVP. Lindor, way to be. Ohtani, way to be. Lindor, just have a postseason run to remember. But yeah, we got it done. So, thank you guys, as always, for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.